What's going on, everybody? It's Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about AMC stock selling off pretty hard Monday morning. It was down almost 20%. Okay, SSR was triggered for the rest of the day. It is also going to be triggered for tomorrow as well. In this video, I want to talk about what some of these catalysts are behind the sell-off. We're going to take a look at the chart so we can really get a good technical analysis to see exactly where we stand, okay, and just to show you guys that this movement is very natural. And then also we're going to be talking about, I want to bring up what information is being passed around on the internet, guys. And it is all about that email that was sent out to you, okay, which you should have received right now if you are a shareholder, asking you to vote before the May 4th meeting. I'm getting a whole bunch of different, things I'm reading all over the internet and people asking me questions. So we're going to go over that. Stick around, guys. You're not going to want to miss this. For those of you that are new to the channel, all I ask is that you hit that like button and subscribe so you can join the family. If you're interested in joining our private community, we now have over 300 members. It is the first link in the description. I have my private portfolio over there. I go over all my stock picks, and it's a great group of men and women where we all come together to talk about what our next plays are and where we can see potential stocks going. So if you're interested, we'd love to have you. First link in the description. Let's jump over to the screen, guys. I want to take a look first at the 1 day, 1 minute chart. All right, as you see, AMC, pretty good sell-off. This morning, there wasn't much action pre-market, and it really came down. A little bit of pull back up. It hit that 1176 point, which acted as a sign of support, came back up again, and it hit that again for the second time, and now it is continuing to make higher highs and higher lows as a very good natural pattern. I see this continuing to trend for the rest of the day. I don't expect us closing less than where we are now. Less than that, let's say that 1220 point for the rest of the day. But more importantly, guys, I want to talk about where the stock has been for on the last month or so. Okay, so I talked about this for a long period of time, that insanely strong 550 support that I had made in many videos, and since then we broke through the 180 moving, and now we have tested it and is acting as a sign of support. This is normal. As you can see, as it begins to pull up a little bit too hard, too fast, and get away from us, that's when it begins to pull back to that line. Same thing, it's happened 3 times now, and it just as so is happening again. So there is no need to panic. It is a natural progression of the way stocks move. We have not hit the squeeze yet. Once we do hit the squeeze, if that squeeze does happen, then you will see a straight propel right up, okay? But more importantly, let's take a look at just exactly where we are now. The RSI is definitely on the oversold side. The MACD is the lowest it's been since we are going back all the way since the previous 30 days. So once we see that reversal, the reversal is going to be much stronger than ever. And it's important that you don't always look at these stocks on a day-to-day or an hour-by-hour basis, and you get to zoom out a little bit so you really get a good perspective that we are moving in a natural progression, and the progression is going up. For all of you that bought the dip today below $12, that is awesome. Great for you for adding to your positions. Okay, next I want to get into this. I pulled this up on Reddit. And while I never really try to get information from Reddit, there is some good individuals that post some good DD on here, and I do happen to be attracted to it just to see what people are talking about and where the movement is going. This is one I really want to highlight. It talks about voting on the additional 50 million shares. Okay, and there's a thumbs down. It's got 1.6 thousand upvotes and over 200 comments. Okay, most importantly, this was only done 13 hours ago. Guys, I want to bring out the first thing to you guys. Okay, first off, it is a $500 million, okay, or 500 million shares is the number. It's not 50 million. Okay, so for all these individuals to just jump on this and immediately start saying, yeah, don't vote, don't vote, don't vote, don't vote, when you're blindly missing what's right in front of you. Okay, I don't have it up on one of my tabs right now, but it's 500 million shares, and it is not an issuance. What it is doing, it is raising the ceiling. Now, could they do an issuance down the road? Sure, that might be a reason why they're doing it. However, we don't know that. We do know right now that there's a lot of insider activity, and not only the CEO, but many other executives and many other executives, I should just say, and leaders of this company have pretty good sized stakes in this, or in AMC. So they're not looking for the price to be diluted, which is what a share issuance would do. But most importantly, on top of this potential of what you read, you don't have to vote until May 3rd. Okay, so I know I made a video on Saturday telling you guys just to be patient, and I would go over this, and I have not gone over it yet because we are still in March. I have a a calendar full of other things that I have to go over much quicker, and deadlines that are much earlier than that May 3rd. So I will get to this, but the point of the matter is that it doesn't help by you voting early. So there's no point in voting early. Will I eventually maybe believe, okay, or come to the conclusion that yes, you want to vote no on this? I might. But the point of the matter is that don't just blindly vote because of what you're reading, especially from an individual that doesn't even have the amount of shares right. And it goes into talk a little bit more about it. And then eventually, I think really quickly down here, some dude was like, yo, it's not 50 million, it's 500 million. And then it comes back. But the point of the matter is just be careful and don't jump to your conclusions right away, okay? And that might be a reason why there's a little bit of a pullback this morning. I think it was maybe a week or two ago, okay, where I had said I thought that them talking about that May 4th meeting would bring some pullback on Monday, and it didn't. However, this time there might be individuals that are now in the money, okay, they are now profitable on AMC, which they might not have been, and they're selling off. Or there's just a bunch of day traders and activities where they're riding this and making money through every single swing that happens, whether it's on a half-hour swing or a day-to-day swing, okay? So another reason could also be is I just popped this in. I always like to go to Google just to see what's being passed around, and there's always bad press and bad articles, talking about AMC being at such a sell right now, and it just seemed like today there's a lot, 1 hour, 5 hours ago, telling them these are one of the 3 worst stocks to buy. You should sell it. Cinemark is way better, and they've been doing this from the beginning. Okay, but the point of the matter is that it just seemed like it was a little bit greater over this weekend and on Monday morning, which could be accelerating some of the sell-off. Okay. Lastly, guys, let's take a look at where we are at when it comes to the options. There is still a good amount of options. Okay, interest, which is awesome. It's sitting right at about a 60-40 mark. It's not quite yet at that 2-to-1, which means there's more shorting going on, which is pulling the price down. However, we've already come up close to, probably about 60 cents or 50, 60 cents from the low, which is a good sign. So guys, I just want to, highlight to you, one, don't rush into vote this. Take a look at where the charts are moving. This is natural progression. If we did begin to see this pullback and what did act as support back in early March, and if we broke through that, then we're going to see a big reverse in movement, okay, and a break in pattern. However, as long as it continues to hold the support, and depending on when you're watching this, that might change because things change very, very quickly. But as long as it has continued to hold the support, we are in good shape. RSI way oversold. MACD still at more of the lowest point it's been in that, and in 30 days, which is a great sign for it. And you can expect to see this start to slowly trend around. Some of these stocks, when you look at them on the bigger charts, they don't move as quick, okay, because this candlestick is a half hour. Picture a cruise ship. A cruise ship can turn around and do a 180. It just takes more time. It's the same thing when you're looking at these 1 hour, 30 minute, 45 minute, 15 minute, whatever charts you're looking at that are a little bit longer than that 1 minute. It just takes a little bit more of it to move. So guys, that's it for the video. This sell-off, this pullback is natural, okay, as long there has not been a break in pattern to at least what I am seeing. And lastly, be careful what you read. If you have gotten that email, just be patient. It does not help you by voting any earlier. So that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one.